HelloCustom is officially integrated with Amazon. You can now sell personalized print products on Amazon and fully automate the personalization and fulfillment leveraging HelloCustom. I will include timestamps below this video, but we are essentially going to be going over how to connect your Amazon store to HelloCustom, how to create a product on Printify and publish it over to Amazon, how to add personalization to that product, how to create a template for that product in HelloCustom, and what to do inside of HelloCustom when that product sells. If you have any questions on how to create your Amazon Seller Central account or how to connect that to your Printify account, I will include another link to another tutorial in the description below. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. To connect Amazon to HelloCustom, go to the bottom left and click on to Connections, where this will take you to your Connections page. From here, you will now see that Amazon is an option underneath the marketplaces. Please note that we currently only integrate with Amazon US, and to integrate with Amazon US, go to the far right and click on to connect. This will then give you a pop-up where you need to name your Amazon store. In this example, I'm going to say seller name here, but you will put your Amazon seller name here. Click on to connect, where this will then take you over to Amazon, where you will give HelloCustom permission to integrate with your Amazon account and confirm. And just like that, your Amazon account is now connected to HelloCustom. I am now going to go over to Printify to create a product to publish over to Amazon. All right, so I just went over to Printify and went over to my Amazon store here, where we are going to create a product on Printify and publish that over to our Amazon Seller Central account. In this tutorial, I am going to be creating a custom mug, but please note that HelloCustom does work with any one of Printify's products. So if you come over to Catalog, I'm going to search mug. In this case, I'm just going to click the first one here. Scroll down, click on to Start Designing, where you can now upload a PNG of your design. For this tutorial, I made the following design inside of Canva. This is just for the sake of the tutorial. Please do not go launch this design on Amazon. I essentially just wanted to show you guys that with our Amazon integration, you can now do image uploads, something that you cannot do with our Etsy integration, as well as with image uploads, you can do custom shape frames. Inside of Canva, if you use a frame that's a circle, a heart, a triangle, that we will be able to fit the graphic inside of that custom frame, as well as any kind of text input. So this is the design we're going to use for our mug, where again, for Printify, we are going to download this as a PNG, transparent background, and download. And then I'm going to head back over to Printify and upload that to my design here. All right, perfect. Once your PNG is uploaded, you can head over to the preview to make sure everything looks correct with the left-hand side and the right-hand side of the mug. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and click on to Save Product. All right, so once we get to this step, this is where things will be a little bit different if you're launching the product to Amazon, at least compared to launching it over to Etsy. So traditionally with the Etsy integration, you will hit publish here, and then you will do all of the listing optimization over on Etsy. Amazon is a little bit different in that Amazon creates a listing for each variation that you have. So if this was an apparel item with 10 colors and 6 sizes, that would have been 60 variations. This would have created 60 listings on Amazon. So if we would have hit publish, we would have had to go over to Amazon and optimize 60 different listings. So the main difference with the workflow when publishing this product over to Amazon is you want to optimize the listing at the Printify level. That way when we hit publish, the optimized title, the optimized bullet points, the optimized description will go over to the Amazon listing. So you don't have to do that 60 times, just do it one time on Printify. One thing that isn't available yet at the time of recording this tutorial, which probably will be coming very soon, is the ability to upload your own mockups. This is doable with the Etsy integration. Printify will be launching it soon for the Amazon integration, where you can upload your listing images at this level here. That way, when you hit publish, you will also have the optimized listing images with the title, tags, and description. So scrolling down, what I'm referring to is, again, have your optimized title here. Plug in your optimized description here that is salt and peppered with the search terms that you want for this product. Plug in your optimized bullet points here. Amazon does index the bullet points for search terms that you want to rank for this product. So make sure you use at least 2 to 3 sentences per bullet point for this product. I'm not going to go over how to do listing SEO in this tutorial, but I will have videos coming soon that will go over how to do this at this level and how to have optimized bullet points for the product. For now, I'm going to scroll down and click on Publish. All right, so what's happening right now is Printify is publishing this product over to Amazon. As I mentioned previously, this step does take time. That for the Amazon integration, Printify has to create a unique listing for each variation. In this case, there's just one variation, but if this was an apparel item, with 10 colors and 6 sizes, 60 variations, Printify would have to create 60 listings over on Amazon. So essentially this step does take time, and unfortunately we are unable to move to the next step until the product is fully published on Printify and fully active on Amazon. That we are unable to add the customization information to the product on Amazon until it is active, and we are also unable to create the template for this product on HelloCustom until it is active on Amazon. So until this says published, we have to wait. All right, so after about 15 minutes, I've refreshed the page and the product is now published over to Amazon. Again, the time that it takes to publish over to Amazon will vary based on the number of variations that you have. That in this example, I just have one variation, but that will be dependent upon the products that you are publishing. We can now go over to Amazon to just verify that the product is active, where from here we can go to our inventory tab. To get to your manage all inventory, you can go to the top left, go to inventory and manage all inventory. The way that these products are published from Printify over to Amazon are based off of a parent-child relationship, that all of the variations are launched as unique listings called child listings that are grouped together within the same container that they call a parent listing. So you can see right here that this one says parent SKU and that it has one variation. So this is the parent listing. And you can also tell if it is a parent listing if it has this caret icon here, that if you click onto this, it will then show you all of the variations where these will all be the child listings. And we need to make sure that all child listings, all variation listings say active before we move on to the next step. Again, the next step being adding the personalization information to these products. The beautiful thing about the parent-child relationship is that we can add the customization to the parent listing, and it will then be applied to all child listings. That we can add the customization to this listing right here, and it will be applied to all of the child listings. This only works for the personalization. Unfortunately, if you optimize the title, the images, and the description off the parent, those will not be applied to the child. This product right here is just a placeholder for the child listings, but it will work for the customization. To add the personalization to this product in all of its variations, we'll go over to the far right and click onto the three dots here and click onto add or edit customization information. If you do not see this, you need to apply for Amazon Custom. So Amazon Custom is a program that Amazon has. In order to sell personalized products on Amazon, you do have to apply for this program, but you are typically automatically approved within 1 hour. I will include a link in the description below where you can access this page here, sign in and click on register now. Within 1 hour, you should be granted access to this program, where then if you go back to those three dots, you will see the add or edit customization information for your manage all inventory tab, which will take you to this page right here. And it says right here that all customizations saved for the parent ASIN for this product will be applied to all child ASINs. So again, whether or not the product is fully active or not, I highly recommend that you add the customizations to the parent listing. That way it is automatically applied the same to all variations, all child listings. So always add personalization to the parent listing like we are going to do in this example here. All right, so scrolling down, you first see that this says surface 1 out of 5 surfaces. You can almost think of a surface as a personalized graphic or a personalized product within the product. Currently, HelloCustom has a limit of 1 personalized graphic per product. You can have multiple graphics on the product, but only one of them can be personalized. So even though Amazon allows you up to 5, for it to work appropriately with HelloCustom, you have to limit it to just 1. That if you add a second surface, everything in that second surface won't be applied to that template, therefore won't be applied to the product when sold. So limit yourself to just the 1 surface. But even with the 1 surface, it does allow you up to 15 customizations. So you can add up to 15 different personalization elements per product when selling on Amazon. All right, so starting from the top, you are able to retitle the surface and the label. These are for internal purposes. So me personally, I do leave those as surface 1 at this step, but you do need to include a mock-up of the product here. So what you can do is you can go back over to Printify, click onto the product that we just created, grab maybe the left or the right version of the product, save this photo, go back over to Amazon Seller Central and upload that photo here. Perfect. So this is a preview of the product that the customer is going to see side by side with the personalization input fields. So now we're able to add up to 15 different customization input fields for this product. So if I click on to add customization, this will then give you a pop-up of the different kinds of personalizations that you can apply to this product. Depending on the product that you are doing, the options might be different. In this example, we are doing a mug. So if you are doing a t-shirt, you might see different options than if you're doing a mug or a tote bag or a candle. There are 4 kinds of personalizations that are consistent independent of the product that you are doing. And those are the 4 kinds of personalizations that actually work with HelloCustom. So out of all of these, the 4 that work with HelloCustom is going to be the text, the data, image, and number. So if you do any of the other ones beyond those 4, they actually will not tie into HelloCustom. And the reason why we do that is because these other ones are most likely variation options like color and size. Those are the variations at the listing level. We just need text input, data input, image uploads for the actual personalization. And again, these are the 4 that are consistent across all product types. So that's why we tie into those 4 for HelloCustom. All right, so to quickly go over the differences between these 4 here is that text is going to be a text input box, but it's going to have a font and a color option associated to it. So if you want to give your customer the option to change the color and give them the option to change the font, you will choose this option here. If you have a text input box, but you don't want to give the customer the option to change the font and the color, me personally, I went this direction here to remove friction from the listing. But if you want to have a text input, but not give them the option to change the font and the color for that text, it's just going to be a data input. The only difference between a data and number is also a text input, but it is limited to just numbers only. So if you have an input field where it's just numbers, maybe jersey number, you'd maybe use number over data. And then lastly, image is just going to be an image upload, 1 image per upload. So if you have multiple images, you can have multiple image uploads per product. So those are the 4 here. So starting with text, and click on add customization, where we'll add a text customization to the product here. So starting from the top, as I mentioned, there's going to be a font option, there's going to be a color option, as well as a text input field. And you have to give everything a label. This is essentially the label, the title that is next to the personalization on the product. So for me personally, for font and color, I would just label them font and color. So for this one, I would label it font. And then you can change the list of fonts that are visible. You can add fonts, you can change fonts, and then you can also upload custom fonts here to have a custom list of fonts you want to make available for this product here. One key thing here is if you upload a custom font to Amazon for this list, you need to also upload that custom font over to HelloCustom for them to sync and personalize it correctly. All of the other fonts, I do believe that these are Google fonts, and HelloCustom is integrated with Google fonts, so we should be able to pull these in okay. But if you upload a custom font, make sure HelloCustom has it as well. So I'm going to title this as font. Next, I'm going to title this one as color. And same thing, you can add or change color options. So for example, maybe you want to add a red and click on apply. And then now you have red as an option here. You can also move red to the top and you can play with this as needed. So font, color. All right, and then moving down to the text customization, the label for the text customization needs to be more specific to the personalization for the product. So in this case, if this was meant for the word Daisy, this is the dog's name. I might label this as dog's name, or in this case, just name. That when they see name for this product, they understand that I'm going to type in Daisy or my dog's name here. If this is a text customization, Amazon also wants you to draw a text preview of where the text is going to go. That way, when the customer types in this font, this color, this text, it's going to put a preview of that onto the product. So this gives you the option of going one of 2 different ways. You can upload a mock-up where there isn't Daisy and there is not 2024, and then you draw the text box here. That way it gives a more semi-true mock-up of what the product's going to look like. Me personally, what we always did was I believe that this mock-up gives a pretty clear representation of what the product looks like. Another reason why I always chose data instead of text, because with data, font and color is not an option. So for me personally, I always just made the text box super small, and then I just would move it over here, maybe make it super small, and move it up into like the top right or the bottom left. That way when they type it in, they actually do not see a change, but they understand what the product is going to look like, that when they purchase this, it's going to be their dog's image, their dog's name, and the red color with the Lotto font. So you can choose to go a little bit more work with making it more personalizable and customizable, or you can choose to go this route here, just essentially make this requirement for Amazon. which way you go, I do not think it's going to change your conversion rate for this product. Once you add a personalization, you can now click on preview, where you will see that mock-up photo that we added at the very beginning side by side with the personalization information that we just added. You see the font with the font list, the color with the color options, and the text input field as name. That if I type in Charlie here, you do not see Charlie appear anywhere in this graphic because it's super small in the top right corner. Again, I don't think it's going to hurt your conversion rate one way or the other. One is just easier to do if you want to have a font and a color option for a text input field. If you want to have multiple text input fields be applied to the same font and color, the way that you would do that is underneath the same, text one, it's the same color font, scrolling down below text block input 1, you can add up to 10. So essentially, if I add one more, this is number 2 within that same container. So if I label this one as date, and I can maybe just do a super small, date up here in the top right and click on preview, you can now see that there is name and date within that same container. So the font, the color would be applied to name and date. And when HelloCustom personalizes this, the same font, the same color would be applied to both name and date for this template. Again, you can add up to 10 text fields for that same font, for that same color. On the inverse of that, if you want to have the customer choose different fonts and different colors for different text elements, maybe you wanted to have a different font color for the date, what you could do, let me delete this really quick, is just add a different customization option. So I'm going to add another one. This will be number 2 of our 15, where I'm going to add another text option here, where this will add another text customization. I'm going to go ahead and label this one again as font. I'm going to label this one as color. You'll probably add the same fonts and same colors for both of them so it's consistent. And in this example, maybe I'm going to do the date. So I'm going to label this one as date. And then same thing, just draw a super small box in the top right corner. You can do whichever one you prefer. This is just to make Amazon happy. I'm going to click on to preview, and you'll be able to see that there is font color for the name and a different font, different color for date, that those will be unique to those text elements. And again, HelloCustom will personalize it correctly, whichever one you choose. So that is how the text personalization works. All right, so moving on to the next one. My personal favorite is data. This is just a text input box where there's nothing fancy. There's no font, there's no color, there's no drawing boxes for text input. It's just a text input that you need to give a label. Again, this is what it is going to be on the actual product. So in this example, I'm going to label this dog's name. You can add instructions, you can add sample text like Charlie, you can add character limits, but the way that this is going to look like on the product is just going to be a simple text input field. That if I type in Charlie, I just know that Charlie is going to be the dog's name for this product. You're not able to add multiple text input fields underneath data, that this does count as one. And if you want to do multiple, they each count as one. So I could stack another data and label this one as date. And then again, it's going to stack them one above the other, where this counted as one of my 15 and this one also counted as one of my 15. The next one is going to be the number. Again, the number is going to work the exact same way as the data in regards to it's just a text input field, except for what the customer can enter is only numbers. So I might type in, team number. This would be a good example of when to use this. And what this would look like on the Amazon side, again, it's just a text input field, but if I try to enter in a letter A, B, C, it says you're not allowed to do this. I can only enter in a number like 07, and then it allows me to do that. You can still use data for this, and it's going to work the exact same, but if you want to just limit it, that's probably the only times you'd use number over data. The last of the 4, and then probably the most simplest, is the image upload. And essentially, it's literally just an image upload. So you give this a label, maybe like, dog's image. Same thing, you do have to put where the image is going to go. You can make this super small in the top right. Same thing. And then click on preview. And it's going to be an image upload. That when they upload the image, again, it's going to be super small in the top right. So it's not changing what the actual product looks like. And another reason why to do that is if this is a circle frame, and they upload, a square image, it's going to put a square here. And then you're going to get customer service asking, will it be a circle on the finished product? Again, another reason why I personally just hide all of those that you just have to have for Amazon's sake. But essentially, those are the 4 different kinds of personalizations that you can apply to a product, up to 15 per product. How you want to do it is up to you, where normally if I was selling this product, I would just be doing a data for the name, a data for the date, and an image for the image upload. Make it as simple as possible for the customer to personalize and purchase this product. But for the sake of this tutorial and to show you the different types of personalizations that HelloCustom can do, we're going to do a text customization for the dog's name, where the label will be dog's name. We will use a data customization for the date, where the label will be date. And we will use an image customization for the dog's image, where the label will be dog's image. So now that we have published the product from Printify over to Amazon, we waited for it to be active. We have now added the customization to the product. We can now go over to HelloCustom to create a template for this product. That way HelloCustom can automate the personalization when this product sells. All right, so jumping back over to HelloCustom, again, the last step in this process, we are going to create a template for that product. That way, when it sells on Amazon, HelloCustom will automate the personalization. So first, we're going to make sure that we are underneath the correct store. If you already have an Etsy store or other stores, make sure that you are toggled to the correct Amazon store. And next, go to Templates. From here, we will click on Add New in the top right corner and upload a PDF of our finished design, and HelloCustom will convert that PDF back into an editable template, allowing you to create your designs on any design tool that you prefer. That if you prefer to design on Canva or Adobe Illustrator or Photoshop, you can create your designs there. Just download it as a PDF, upload it into HelloCustom, and we will convert that back into an editable template. Where we created our design on Canva, so jumping back over to Canva, we will download this design as a PDF. So to download this as a PDF, we will go to Share, Download. File type will be a PDF print, which is best for printing. And the color profile will be RGB. Click on to Download. And then we will go back over to HelloCustom and upload that PDF here. All right, perfect. So I just uploaded the PDF of our mug design, where HelloCustom is now converting that PDF into an editable template. This process takes about 5 seconds to do. All right, perfect. As you can see, HelloCustom was able to take this PDF and convert it back into an editable template. In order to create a template inside of HelloCustom, there's only 3 things that you need to do. Give the template a title, tell HelloCustom what inside of this graphic needs to be personalized, and lastly, tell HelloCustom what product does this graphic belong to. So going to number 1, we will give this template a title. I'm going to title it Dog Mug. This is for internal purposes only, so feel free to title it as you please. The next thing we need to do is tell HelloCustom what inside of this graphic needs to be personalized. So we have 3 things to be personalized on both sides of the mug. We have an image element here, we have a name element here, and we have a date element here. So one cool thing with our Amazon integration is that you are not limited to what you can personalize, at least compared to our Etsy integration, where you are limited to name, date, address, phone number, because on Etsy, when you buy a personalized product, we just get that text box and we have to use AI to extract the personalization, where on Amazon, it is way more dynamic, that we can add text, data, number, image, and we can label those whatever we want. So as long as we label them something appropriately and we're able to match that label to a tag that we create ourselves inside of this template, we can tie those 2 things together to personalize that element. So for example, this right here, we labeled this on Amazon as dog's image. So over here on the top left, this is our tag section, where essentially a tag is you are telling HelloCustom what this element is and that it needs to be personalized. With our Etsy integration, you are limited to just name, date, address, and phone number, where you are not allowed to create custom tags. With our Amazon integration, you are able to create custom tags. So essentially, we will type in dog's image. So one crucial step in creating your tags in HelloCustom is the tag that you use needs to be an exact match to the label that you used for that element on that product on Amazon. On Amazon, we call this dog's image with a capital D and a capital I. That if I created a tag with a lowercase d and a lowercase I, because they are not exact match, we would not be able to make the connection. So make sure that you create exact match tags for the elements for the template that you used as labels for the product on Amazon. So just pulling up the Amazon product one more time. We use a label called dog's image for the image element. We use dog's name for the text element, and we use date for the data element. Again, there is no limitations on what you can label these and what you can personalize. You just have to exact match that with the tag on HelloCustom. So again, you can do jersey number, team number, profession, organization, anything that you want, as long as you create that tag on HelloCustom and exact match the spelling. So going back over to HelloCustom, dog's image If the tag already exists, it will show in the drop-down menu here. If it does not exist, you will click on the button that says Create Dog's Image as the tag. In this case, it already exists, so I'm going to click on it here, where I added dog's image as the tag for this image element here. Because this image is going to be on both sides of the mug and I want them both to be personalized with the image that comes in, I also need to make sure to tag this one here as dog's image as well. Next is the dog's name, where on Amazon the label was dog's name. So I'm going to click onto this element here. For text elements, the first step that we need to do is set the max allowance. This is essentially how long would we like the text to get before we want HelloCustom to dynamically make the font smaller to not go past these two black dots here. So I'm going to set the max allowance to about here. When this is personalized, I want it to be center aligned. And I'm going to tag this one here as dog's name. I'm going to do the same thing on the right-hand side of the mug, set the max allowance. When it is personalized, I want it to be center aligned. And I'm going to tag this as dog's name. Perfect. And then lastly was date. So I'm going to click onto this text element here, set the max allowance, center aligned, and tag this one as date. And the same thing for the right-hand side of the mug. When personalized, center aligned, and tag this one as date. All right, perfect. So now our template has a title. Everything is tagged. The third step is to tell HelloCustom what Amazon product does this graphic belong to. And to tell HelloCustom the product, we will click onto product variants in the top right, where you will then see all of your Amazon products here, sorted by active, inactive, or all. And you can also search for the product here. One key thing to point out with our Amazon integration, at least compared to our Etsy integration, is that we are able to pull in your Etsy products in real time. But as we kind of already discussed, everything on Amazon is a little bit more slow, that we manually have to pull in these products. And we do that on constant intervals. But if you do not see your product here, where we do have a manual resync button in the top right corner. So if you do not see your product here, you can click onto this button. We will manually resync your Amazon inventory. This does take about 1 to 2 minutes. This is a process that is on the back end. So feel free to close this window, go back to working on the template, come back 1 minute later, where you can then search for your mug or your product, see it here, select the product, where we will then display all of the variations. So if this is a design that is meant for that product, but maybe specific SKUs, like a white design on a black shirt or a black design on a white shirt, you can select and deselect different variations for this template. That when this SKU sells on Amazon, use this template. In this case, we just have one. So we are going to leave it checked and click on to update. So now that we have added our title, we've added our tags, and we've added our product variants, we can now publish this product as active. All right, perfect. So this template is now active on HelloCustom. If you need to make any edits, you can click back into the template to make the edit. But essentially, when this product sells on Amazon, HelloCustom now knows to pull it in to personalize the graphic. To give you a quick example, that if a customer came to this product, again, this listing is not optimized. This is for example purposes only. But on the right-hand side of the listing, instead of there being an add to cart button, there is a customize now button. That if they click onto this button, they will see the product side by side with the customization input fields that we added. They can choose the font, the color for the dog's name, the date, and the dog's image upload. That if they chose Lotto for the font, red for the color, typed in Charlie for the dog's name, 2025 for the date, and uploaded an image, and then purchase this product, that this order would then appear inside of your Amazon Seller Central account, where you will then find this order underneath your Manage All Orders tab. To get to that tab, we'll go to the top left, click on Orders, go to Manage All Orders. You can also get to that page by going to your Open Orders, and underneath FBM Unshipped, click onto the order here, where that will then take you to your Manage Orders tab here, filtered by Unshipped, where we can see that order that just came in for that product. To look into this order more, you can click onto the order number here. And then if you want to see all of the personalization information for this order, we'll click on Show More here, where Amazon will then display all of the customization input fields for this product in order from top to bottom. As you can see, the font was Lotto, the color was red. We know that that was applied to the dog's name Charlie. So Charlie should be in a red Lotto font. Separate from that was the date 2025, and that this is the file uploaded for the dog's image. Again, this is in order from top to bottom. That if we go back over to the product, again, at the top was the font, then the color that's applied to the dog's name, next was the date, and next is the dog's image. In regards to this order appearing inside of your Amazon Seller Central account, within 30 minutes, it will then appear inside of your HelloCustom account. That HelloCustom account checks your Amazon account every 30 minutes for new orders. So within 30 minutes of this order appearing, it will then appear inside of your approval queue on HelloCustom. So we will now go back over to HelloCustom and check the approval queue. So exactly 30 minutes later, this order appeared inside of our approval queue, where you probably notice that the graphic is not personalized and the approval card does not contain the personalization information for this order. So in regards to our Amazon integration, if you see an order report button in the top right corner, there is one more temporary step that you have to do. If you do not see the order report button in the top right corner, then we have fully automated that step. So because our Amazon integration is so new, the personalization that the customer inputted is actually restricted, that we are unable to obtain the personalization to personalize this graphic. So we need you to upload an order report to give us the information to then go personalize this graphic. Once HelloCustom is fully vetted by Amazon, we will then get access to that information to automate this process. So if you see the order report button in the top right, we will need an order report to personalize the graphics. But if you do not see the order report button in the top right, we are then vetted. That process is now automated. And when an order comes into HelloCustom, it should just automatically be personalized, and the personalization information should be displayed on the approval card here. So to upload an order report to personalize this graphic, we'll go back over to Amazon Seller Central. In the top, we'll go to the search bar and type in report. And then we'll go ahead and click onto order reports here, where you can then request an order report here for a specific date range. In this case, I'm going to do a date range for the last day. Click on request, and then within 1 minute, Amazon will give me an order report that I can then upload into HelloCustom. All right, perfect. I'm going to click on download to download the order report, and then go back over to HelloCustom to upload the order report here. As you can see, HelloCustom was now able to personalize the graphic as well as display the personalization information for this order on the approval card. Again, once we get fully vetted by Amazon, this process will be automated once the order comes into the queue. That, again, the font was Lotto, the color was red, the dog's name was Charlie, the date was 2025, and the customer uploaded the following photo, where you can also download it. To see a larger preview of the personalized graphic, you can click onto the thumbnail here to, again, verify that the correct photo went to both spots. It kept the circle frame. We used the red Lotto font for the name Charlie, and we just personalized the year from 2024 to 2025. If for any reasons you need to make any edits to the graphic before you approve it over to fulfillment, you can click onto the 3 dots here. Click on the edit button, where we will pull in this graphic side by side with the Amazon personalization information, where you can make any edits to this graphic. Click onto save, and the updated personalized graphic will then be displayed on the approval card for your approval. And then lastly, once you click on approve, we will then send this product over to your production partner for fulfillment. Once shipped, we go back over to Amazon to mark the order as complete with provided tracking information. So that's it for our Amazon integration from start to finish. If you have any questions, please reach out to support@hellocustom.io.